everyone. This is your Curia Fantastic Worlds, letting you know that visiting hours for Hush House are now open. Welcome back to Book of Hours in Lovecraft Country. Now, if you are particularly sharp-eyed, you're going to notice that this screen does not look like the one I ended on last episode. That is because there was a problem, as it were, and while recording this episode originally, I had to revert to an earlier save. Now, I don't know if I'm slightly in the past or slightly in the future here, but I'm going to have to play the ball where it's laid. Now, speaking of which, this is where we are. We are currently attempting to open up this On the Matter and Deeds of Serpents, which is a level 12 knock of Edict's Liminal, and we'll be using that to increase at least one of our knock skills. Now, we are also getting a pattern memory from this book, and I don't know if we've got any more going, possibly, but I've got a couple of plans for the near future for organization. But for the moment, we do need to get Tuppence fed, which is going to revolve after we get the snake fed here, and the salamander, the stifling, and the Islewater are meant to be used in order to create a Ashmeal ink for other purposes, because I believe we used up this ink. Yeah, we used up that ink there. We need to replace it. In fact, I'm installing the rule of 2, is that I want to get 2 of any particular resource that we have. In the meantime, let's throw in FET and a book that's going to give us the... Now, where is it? Moon's Egg? Yep, Moon's Egg will give us a 2 point in the moon, and that will be able to give us the ash meal, although it's going to cost us another egg. So yeah, Terrence is just, the chickens are just going to be put onto overdrive, I'm afraid. But yeah, let's get these done. In addition, I'm thinking, if you're going over the rule 2, I need to get some ham. I guess ham is quite useful. I just realized because it's got 2 heart and 2 moon, and that's a 2 point piece of food in 2 directions that we may be able to use. And we can, that's the reminder, we can in fact order more. Believe it's the Cater in Hilo. Hang on a second. Yep, and also the Book of the White Cat, which did not, in fact, poisoned or anything, which is great. Collect. Because somebody was kind enough to tell me that metal is it's the only soul fragment that cannot be, how do I put this? Cannot be made sick. So therefore we can use it in order to unwrap these things. But we're a little ahead of ourselves in here. We need to get some serious reading done. Yeah. Now, anything else I want to do? Probably not. Oh, yes, definitely. Okay, so one of the things we can do, I realize, if we're this close to the beginning, is we can throw in this, or do some manual labor, then turn around, use 2 of the 6 tuppence that we create with it in order to regenerate it, and then use it for collection. But it has to be at the very beginning of the day. We might be slightly too late for that, but we'll need to test it, see what happens. In addition, I gotta check to see if I'm behind. Yep, we have 1 of these lenses, which is good, but I'd like to have 2. Also, we're gonna have to start spreading it out, so I'm gonna put this... Oh, let's see. Over here at the observatory, because that's one of the few places we can, reliably remember where it is. The organization is a thing here. Oh, good grief. I'm gonna do some of this off stream, I think. Pattern. Excellent. Meanwhile, thank goodness you're feeling better. We gotta do this again. Give him the turnips, and then tell you what, I'll give you the whist. There you go. You should be feeling much better now. And yeah, speaking of which, we should probably check on this. The serpent folk of the so-called the Great Hooded Princes came to know the order known as the House of Leith and warred across miles with them. The House of Leith, I believe, are the longs who just want to be left alone. They're the ones who drink the waters of Leith at a Caribbean island that makes everybody else forget about them. I guess it'd be reverse Leith and waters. And they made alliance with the mother of ants whose children they had been. Remember, the reason why they're not is that she took over from the Seven Coiled, which is their original god, and now she's their mother god, and they're just probably coming to terms with that. Everybody involved. It's probably a bit of a challenge. You know what we could do? I don't think we're not short on vegetables, are we? No, we're not short on vegetables. Got a actually, I don't have my 2 sacks. Usually like to have 2 of something, so let's get the tea over here. Let's get really? Well, that should be enough, right? Organization is going to be such an issue. There you go. Again, I'll probably take care of that off screen because I've decided that I'm going to stop and save at the end of every day so we don't have that same problem again. At the very least, I will lose only up to dawn. But let's garden. Since I think we're short on turnips. Also honey. We should definitely just get honey. We got so much needs to... I need to reorient myself with this. Alright, so go for it. Chap we're probably going to need in a moment. Fost. Pause. Alright, so founding parable, which means that we now can go up here. Use this. B. Magnify mysteries. This memory. And wrist. There you go. What? Integru? Oh, wait, I've got the wrong one, don't I? It's not this one. What is it? Oh, yeah. I knew one of these produces a decent ink. Is it in volatile? Nope. It's Solomon's preparation. Good lord, don't tell me I've forgotten it. That wink. Nope. Oh good lord. Is it this one? Ajmiel, that's it. The sea stories. Actually, I don't need to have been quite as much, actually. Interesting. I might want to consider scaling back my efforts this time. But anyways, let's get the Ajmiel going, because we just used it up for trying to get it. I'm going to have 2 in reserve anyways, so yeah. Curious. I know this one allows moon because it's a feminine, but we would need a beverage. I could do it with 2 beverages. Thought. Might want to do an alternate way of doing it. Meanwhile, let's get... We have Faucet Metal in reserve, just in case. Side. Oh, we need to start fooling around with this while we're waiting. You need to get the candles in place. And observatory requires lenses. We haven't actually played with that. We probably should. Sky stories would probably be interesting with it. Let's get the candles in place. A lot of the widow's candles. A lot of accidents happen around here. Well, it is fishing. Alright, what we do now is we attempt to redo this, throw in the 2 pence. That'll be a net of 4 for the day, and we might possibly get another gathering in, and then have the soul regenerate in dawn, which is always cool. And what do I do with the paper? And again, we start tossing it over here. We at least have some place where it all goes. And I think... Hang on. I think I can get this stuff out of Eva's desk. I've been using it here, and I can lose it in the background quite easily. Alright, so... Alright. The Beck says how the great hooded princes escaped or will escape from the fixed history where they had died or were doomed to die. Essentially, they jump timelines. Engage in a secret conquest of the land of the Great River, which is India. Called Indians and Mysteries, and have ensured that other conquests of the land are false conquests, so it's a rule from the shadows. Secret Threshold and Edicts Liminal are now online. Now, we already have Edicts Liminal at level 3, so we're going to need to use a skill that uses, well, probably it would be best to do it with, Knock. I think, for Knock, what do we have? We got a bunch. What do we want to upgrade first? Let's go with surgeries and exsanguinations. Use this, grab this, and effort that. Excellent. What did I do? How did I manage to drop that? Oh, because that's the... Okay, let's get the, this stuff over here. Alright. Pause. No, not here. Ah, here. That's such a straight table, I'm thinking... There we go. There we go. We can fit so much of this on here. Map? We want to make new maps, right? And we gotta catalog that now. Yeah. Terrence is... He's feeling much better now. We'll toss him onto his hen house, as it were. There you go. Feeling much better. Okay, and we have to figure out where we're going to put this. Well, it's pretty obvious where we're putting it. All right, so again, lots of organization has to be done here. Like I said, a lot of stuff I'll be doing offline, but let's see. Edict's Liminal is over here. Now, the thing is, I don't think we can get Shapt back, and neither one of these are going to produce useful for combining with secret thresholds. So, what we can do... can we do with this? Huh. So, we want to use up this before it oh, and somebody said that I can use a bed in order to do a memory, but this is the wrong type of memory. I wonder if pattern had done it. I'll have to double check that in the future. So many things I've got to check. But yeah. Anyways, we're going to have to, I know exactly what we need. We need a freaking egg, because we're going to feed another one to the salamander. So, your turn to do the laying. There you go. Have fun. Produce an egg for me. Die. Yeah, Shamil will be done shortly. Gathering. We'll probably end up gathering something with the 30 seconds from now. We should be able to do that. And like I said, it's pretty much a recovery egg. We have to... I really want to do this stair, even though I'm probably not going to get much out of it, simply because I can stop going up and down the damned well ladder here. You know, I mean, I'll probably just jump in going down, but coming up's a bit of a pain. So, let's see what we got here. Yep, level 2. Excellent. Curious, if I regenerate Shapt, I could get these two to work together again for another one-pointer. Do we have another one-pointer when it comes to this? Do. Great Signs and Great Scars. I can use it for that. Boom. Hopefully we can get both of those done today and be fresh for the next book tomorrow. We got a lot of books to deal with. Speaking of which, can I get anything into here? Serious about this? This one's skinny enough to fit? Yes, it is. Okay, so we'll grab... Excuse me. Right. Stack of vegetables. Deal with that shortly. Ash meal. Deal with that shortly. And... health. Actually, for health, what we want to do is we want to grab the other sack of vegetables. Oh, actually, you can just grab the same one. Do it all over. Just randomly pressing button. Okay, what can I put in here? Ooh, nothing at the top. So yeah, there you go. More veggies. Eat your veggies, kids. They're good for you. Now, okay. We'll get the sack into the storage here. What the hell is going on? Oh, that. Goodbye. Let's get this back into place. And... yep, we now have an egg. Alright, so that also means we have to feed somebody. Let's feed you this, the egg, and the metal. That'll regen you for tomorrow. We'll probably need you then. We're not going to regen the Shapt, because obviously they're not going to be ready by that point. And sometimes you can just press yourself a little too hard. So, yeah. We might lose Secret Threshold unless I can figure something else to do with it. I don't think I can. Minor loss, that's all. But anyways, I've been actually thinking of rearranging the books a bit. I'm using Eva's place over here, because if you're already using the bedroom, I might as well use their office too, to store the really necessary books. Like, we know Moon's Eggs is one of the ones we use all the time. Just Verse for pattern, Apollo, and that for oh, we need to read this at some point, because this one produces a persistent memory. This one for foresight. Think about other ones when we've got time. Yeah, we're just waiting on the feeding frenzy. Whoops, over here at Eva's desk. But yeah, she's got these little shelves here, which probably can come in handy, so it'll be a lot easier to track down. And I'm probably going to have to repurpose the shelves in the bedroom there for the general collection. There you go. Boom. Now, evening, we'll put this baby in here. Back where you came from. Excellent. Pause. One thing I do want to do before we end the day is I do, I might just let it run, do want, let's see, I do want to grab this. I want to make an order form. We'll use the desk up here just because we haven't used it in a while. That's not one of the regular ones, but theater form, let's go. I don't want to order lapsing tea, begin again, and ham. There you go. That will produce, we'll send that off and get a ham because, like I said, it's super useful food. And there you go. Alright, so I'm going to probably put this ink on Eva's desk just so we have it. There you go. Yeah, Eva's desk got a lot of cubby holes. I like that. It reminds me of my grandmother's desk, really. Yeah, my grandmother was cool. Yeah, there's a really old-fashioned bookkeeping desk with all the cubby holes in it. Just like Eva's, but the smaller pigeon ones that are designed for bills itself. Alright, so let's put this, okay. There and there, because I think you can fit that there. Can't put the tea here, though, which is a little weird. Put this there? Nope. Alright, let's try this. Okay, so that can go there, and this can go here. Everybody's happy now. Yeah, let's put the ham over here, because I think I want to put all of the meat into one place. So that's this over here. Get a second ham as well. In fact, I did actually, somebody was saying they should put sacrifices onto the temple downstairs, and I'm thinking the cannibalistic pig goddess should have canned ham. Also, I know exactly where to find it. Fog again. We're going to make life a bit easier because it's another 3-pointer for both Moon and Nock. And like I said before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop, save, and make my plan for what happens next. Hang on. Okay, so sorry about that. This is, well, supposed to be the beginning of the day, but I accidentally didn't record properly when I was seeking unusual help. I've used herb and a crown in order to try to find someone who can assist us with Moon. Because you see, we've got 3 Moon with a fog here and a bunch of other stuff we have accessible, like this, the tool. We should be able to at least clear the top of the stairs since they are a Moon one. So that'd be 4 plus, you know, whatever we can get for water and food and such. But a lot of what's going to happen is determined on whether or not we're going to be using the fog for a assistant or if we're going to try to use it to access one of our books. So we're going to wait about 30 seconds. Now, one thing we're not going to have to worry about is we will need another Moon memory for a particular reason, and we need 2 of the Nock memories in order to increase our surgeries and exsanguinations into level 3. Exciting, I know. So, but because we don't know what cards we might have to play, I want to use ones that have duplicate abilities. So we'll grab, let's see, metal. Yep, this one's got edge, so we'll put metal in here because we've got a second metal in case we get somebody with forge we have to use. Get in there. Get in there. Thank you. We'll use that for Just Verse. There you go. Now we might need both Moon ones, so it's not going to use that one, but we will use the lesser cost over here. Grab Almanac of Entrances. That will give us the 2 we need. And for last, the Moon Egg, we'll probably go with Whisk, since I don't really have plans for that. Let's grab over here an old Solomon's desk and just throw it on there. Okay, so that'll be our first 60 seconds. After that, we'll make some choices. But yeah, in meantime, yeah, I'd like to get this stair cleared. I know I'm not going to produce very much, but it's kind of for story purposes, and the fact that I've been going up and down this well to get in this temple, and that just seems like, especially if I'm carrying one of the snake or the stifling, it just seems excessively problematic. Now, let's see. As for other plans, what we're going to do is we probably can right off the bat use the other metal to... Oops, hang on. Let's grab this book. Since metal won't warp if we come across a bad book, let's get that knocked out. And then I think we'll save the rest if necessary. Like, I should have saved that in case I got a forge person, but I've already got a forge person in the smith who can pretty much access. And I don't think I have any forge-based rooms to get into. Might be one of them over here, but I'm not concentrating on the jail quite yet. Yeah, I could use him right away. I've got enough stuff to be able to use the smith for that if I really wanted to. But I don't want to this time around. Like I said, I want to get this stair cleared. Alright, so yeah, 4. The poet. Okay, so that's going to be Winter, Moth, and Sky. Let's collect him. Now, we've got a couple options here. We can do straight up. Let's see. That's not accessible. Alright, so this one, that's 10. That's pretty easy to do. 10 moth. Sky for the gull cloud. Yeah, you won't be able to do this, unfortunately. And as for the other stuff, yeah, winter is a theoretical possibility, but getting up to 15 would be addition of 11 without whist, which, you know, this sort of thing can be kind of rough. So it's easy to get him to do the Gull Cloud. But I want to clear this first. I can't use him for that. So I guess we're using him for this. Now, producing 10 moths can be pretty easy because we've got 10 right here. We've got 2 right here, 4 to start with. That's 6 right off the bat. 7 for the, why isn't this that? But before we do anything else, let's talk about what we're going to be doing for reading purposes. Now, let's get these knocked out. That's 1 confounding parable, which is useful for a lot of things. That's 1 secret threshold, and that's 1 collection here. Okay, first things first, let's grab exsanguinations. Put that... Oh, oops, I gotta wait 1.6 seconds. I think I can do that. Let's put it over to here. Not being horribly efficient, but we are. Okay, time of division, 14-point heart, deep mandork, which I do not think we have resurrection. And it is a series of examinations, ironically, in which Amra Zahriya prophesies the end events will be known as the intercalculate, which the hour, sun, and splendor will be divided. Well, it already happens. This is obviously way in the back, but let's put that in place just a moment. We're just because all it's going to do is go here for the moment. We'll deal with those later. In any case, it didn't seem to be disease. I checked that. So in any case, what we need to do right now is we need to take surgeries and examinations. We need to put that here. Grab these 2. Grab the Edicts Liminal. And then grab Shapt. Boom. That's it for that today. And since we are going to be using, let's see, this for a reading, we've already got it planned. You see, we can produce a total of, I believe, 13 right off the bat using, of course, the ink up here, which has a 5 moon, the Ashmeal, and we're going to have to replace that. So that's what we've got the moon egg and the water there for. So that's got 5 right off the bat. We've got another the tool slot. We've got this for 3. That brings it to 8, 9 with the Trist, and then we've got let's see. And then for this, whatever skill we have. All right. That'd be 9 plus... Can we get 4? 13? We must. Here's somewhere. Is this it? Yes. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Let's go over here and grab Eva's desk, because I believe that's appropriate. Hang on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. A small thing had to be taken care of, but it's taken care of and we're back. All right, so as I was saying, we're going to be trying to do this particular book here. 3 and 3, the Vatican Manuscript, a church-authorized version of older text. The book describes the chancel and the calyptra, 2 triads of hours with subtle, far-reaching powers and responsibility. Now, the chancel, I think we've seen a reference up to in one of these temples. Yep, the chancel. Basically, the chancel, the cruciate, and the rood. Doesn't sound like good people, but the calyptra we've kind of decided are in fact the powers behind the Suppression Bureau and, you know, the general lack of magic in the world, or lack of magical knowledge. The lack of magic is due to the partial death of the sun. Now, speaking of which, let's get this puppy ready to go. Okay, we're gonna need a moon-based one. We've got 5 here, we've got 3 here, we've got 1 here, and we've got, I believe, right, 4 here. So it's going to be a bunch. So let's grab the book. I think this is going to be one of the ones we can use. Let's bring it back over here. I really should empty out my slots between there. I did not think to do so, and I do apologize. But we're going to grab over to Eva's desk, and that really shouldn't be an issue. Sigh. All right, Eva. There you go. All right, let's get this in. That's 5. Soul. 6. Semblance. Okay, see stories. That gives us to 10, and this gives us to 13. Now remember, we're going to need... The only reason I have this memory, the confounding parable, is that if they ask for a memory, I can add that. If they ask for a soul fragment, I can add Trist. And I've got other stuff like tools and furniture that we really want to do it.
Let's get this puppy knocked out. This is what I'm not going to be doing the poet until after I do this. The poet's going to be pretty easy anyways. So we'll let this go and put these books back in what's now become our office, or Eva's former office, as we seem to be resembling Eva more and more as time goes by. Who knows if we're going to have a torrid affair or not. Meanwhile, we're also going to, if we don't need this, we're going to use the water and the stippling in order to create more Ajmeal, the stuff we just used up. So yeah, basically we're waiting on that. Then we'll do the, we can probably do the poet. Nah, we gotta keep it. We've got 33 seconds before we have to worry about it. I think we can probably do him, right? Pay him. Oh, really? I guess not. Hang on, Frank. I'll be with you shortly. I guess I'm naming him Frank now. Alright, Frank. Port. Alright, we can probably pay you. Yeah, 5 seconds. More than enough time. Because, of course, we'll have to deal with other things. Also, while we're not doing anything over here, I think we've still got the option of being able to sell our health for a bit. And we definitely need to do some gathering. Question is it sea or land? I'm thinking probably... We'll go with land. See what we got. Alright, so... Second, apologies. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of things going on. So... Alright, I'm gonna cut your time out. Alright, so let's see. So we've got that going, are we not? Okay, so the Lethe, that's what we need. Desperately need Lethe to give to him when he's done through. I think we know we can make some, and there it is. That. Let's give some 4 right off the bat. And, you know, I don't know a poet that doesn't like to drink, really. Alright, put this in. Okay, I think we can actually pull this off. Alright, so Lethe goes here. That brings him up to an 8. Alright then. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll know what we need here. So if I don't have that, I can give him a soul fragment, bring up to 10, and we can use... Was it 10 we need or 11? 11, I think. And we can use the scissors at that point. We can get the riddling stare, the half-seen faces, mouth, half-heard riddles, none of Van Loren's work. These differences are older than Curia, but the Curia found a way to answer those riddles, and so will we. So Curia... Alright, so we've got this. What do we need? We need Epiphany, Olin, or art. Okay, so one of the pictures will do. I know we have the right type of picture, so we're good here. We'll give him the soul fragment then, since obviously soul fragment is not going to be the ones we need. Now, wall art. We need wall art that looks like this. Like, say, that one. Boom. Yeah, it's a... Jesus Christ, that's 2. Wow, more than we needed, but hey, go for it. Take a oh, I gotta look at this. Take a moment to look at something here. Okay, so it will rest your eyes and make you feel better. Excellent. Now, I'm gonna send you some assistance. There you go. Collaborate. Trust. What does that one do? Secret sorrows may join our strengths. Both. Alright, cool. Commiserating why he's drunk. That's pretty common, actually. Yeah. It'll be 10. That's all we need. So we've got these 2 to play with now. Now, the question is, what do we want to do with Can, of course. I've also told I can regenerate a... something, or one of the soul fragments using my bed. Alright, so... The deepest... Okay, first of all, we're doing, of course, that. The deepest knowledge is forbidden to all mortals except those who seek it beneath the watchman's tree. The Calaptra that planted the trees, the chancellor, the cruciate that elected Calaptra. Who elected them the cruciator? Is this saying go a matter of Janus? Oh God, it was Teresa who wrote this book, I swear, because she's obsessed with Janus. The sister and witch is the cruciate, but the witch and sister is not. Even those powers that demand conjunction are not always conjoined. When the sister is nowhere, it means nowhere sits in crucium. Riddle, but the thing is, we do know the cruciate is the sister and witch created this. So for some reason, the sister and witch has decided to be going to forbidden. Edicts volatile and memory intuition. So the edicts volatile is heart and that. So if you wanted to combine another moon, probably could. We've got 2 moon right here. Don't, however, have the right skill unless, like we were just talking about, we can figure out how to use the bed in order to generate one of those whist. Alright, so how do we do this? Okay, so rest. The cup of something warm or glass something soothing. Oh. Have a drink. Holy shit, this is inexpensive. I can produce water like crazy. I'll need water for the other part, though. And I'm going to have to go over to here and serve, I think. Yeah, we're actually running out of water. I'm impressed. Oh, water. All right, so while that's going on, let's go to the kitchen and serve ourselves some water so we can get that as part of doing the... Actually, why don't we just replace it for the moment? We're not going to be doing the... because we're using the moon fragment, the moon memories for an upgrade. We're not going to be needing that water for today. All right, so next completed. Sixpence. Now, while that's up and running, do I think I have enough time to do this? I actually don't think I do. Plus, you know, we know how to generate hull fragments a lot easier now. Yeah. Bet, fast. We've got a couple more possibilities here. In fact, what I want to do, I want to grab... Let's see, where is it? Aha! That is a DeWolf. I want to see where you go, my boy. Let's pop you into eyeballing and hit it. Alright. Well, that's going on. Now, he's at a 10, I believe. Yep. Okay, so we can collect him. Let's get him started on clearing the lower end of the stairs. Don't mind the temple. We had to crawl down through here. Wait, that's the money. We had to crawl down through here, walk in through this entire section, and then do this. Because I can't get the top layer done first. Meanwhile, got Fet remaining. And once this is clear, investigate. We will use these two, Intuition, Edict's Volatile, but what are we going to increase? Wolf Stories, I think it's... No, we need a 2-pointer. Yep, this one, Magnifique Mysteries. There we go, because it's one of the ones that prevents corruption. We're going to have to go back and clean out those books we have in the sub-basement, aka the temple. Alright, you get down here. Alright, so... We still have Fet. Any idea what we want to do with it, though? Maybe we'll look at something else, too. I want to use it to look up at a book, obviously. So what could we look at? Is there another bust? We don't know where it goes where. That's the abbot. That's the sister. I don't think we've got anything here to do with. Alright, so. More slab. Don't suppose this works here, right? Actually, it does. No, we're not going to get back in time. We should test this. We should see whether or not we can get it back overnight or not. But, go ahead. You can use Fet instead of that. It's awesome. Alright, so let's get back to bed. Alright, let's take a nap. Ooh. That's Grave DeWolf, who is mocked as the bleeding baron, even while Bancroft prospered quietly, is renowned for his piety, but also praised from Magus Junus, a quiet contradiction of a man. Okay. We don't have... Ooh, but there are riddles on each of the steps, which should be able to tell us which it is. And there's not that many left. We got most of them. Who is mocked more than he merited, which means that is, in fact... Where is he, anyways? Did I pick him up? Oh, what happened to the bust? Oh, wait, still here. Silly me. Alright, so that means this one, who is mocked more than he merited, the 4th Baron, means that he is, in fact, the 4th Baron, because that matches the riddle. So, yay. We got one more. Did we get 1, 2... I think, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, though. Okay, where's the 5th Librarian one? Do we not have that? This is 4, 3... And we got 4 here. Where's the 5th? Oh, the 5th Baron. The 2nd Baron to go there. We were missing the 2nd. No, that must be the 5th here. Right, so double check that. Yeah, 5th Baron. Was feared more than he merited. Yeah, you look like a dork. Anyways, let's go. Okay, the slab. We'll stick in here. Maintenance. Alright. Okay, so, whoops, pause for a moment. Where's the bed in all of this? Okay, so the bed's at 40 seconds. This is going to be a bit of a race then. But yeah, we may have to actually get some more well water, which, you know, I really didn't think it'd be using that up. But yeah, next time around, also, you can save. I was told also you can save a memory in bed overnight, which is going to be interesting. If we do that, which one would we want? The only one we have left is this, and oh, right. Stairs. Okay, so, I didn't think it would be super impressive, but it's a nice wizard robe there. Whispering Stair. This is the stair the priestesses walk in the time that this was the Abbey of the Black Dove. That's what came before the actual Abbey, which was a Sisterhood of Not disguised temple, which, you know, I think we could do that again. get a sisterhood back in here, you know, have them worship downstairs. I mean, we've got the library upstairs, and, you know, they're probably cool company. Their carved faces still guard the walls, so prayers may still be heard in the air as the aisles. Now, we've got this one, but it looks like that's the only object we have here. There's nothing interactable. Like I thought, it wasn't going to be major, but I just wanted to clear it. We've still got the option of clearing this one later, so I can use this entire staircase. Thank the poet. Wipe his memory. Hopefully Lethe will wipe his memory, says remember there's an ancient temple in the basement, and let him on his way. But anyways. Okay, so what else we got? About 13 seconds from now, we will upgrade. Which one was it again we're upgrading? Megaphone Mysteries. There we go. And boom. A little rest. All it's going to cost us is water. We are so awesome. That one. Alright, so, yeah, I just got a lot more dangerous. There you go. Now, we're not going to try to regenerate another one, as dawn is going to hit rather soon. We've only got 2 things going here, which is I believe, the upgrade, and we have, yep, we're going to make it, I believe, it's not even night yet, and I don't think we can save a memory, because I don't think we've got Lantern for Eva. She's not a rational person, so nope. Kind of hard to do to a person, but let's be truthful about this. God, I love all this. I'd be out practicing with this shit all the time. Oh, also I've been redecorating. Take a look. Decided that I like this divan here in the office. Took out the regular stair. I mean, that it's just perfect for napping with a book. I mean, half napping with a book in the morning sun. Awesome. All right, there we go, level 3. And yeah, we're basically waiting on to recover our gathering. Oh my god, we got exactly the same thing again. Are we serial? Oh god, we're gonna have so much stone. I don't even know what the hell you're supposed to use it for. The 1 scale, 1 that. It's a material and a stone. You can do something with it, I'm sure. Anyways, put that to storage as well. It doesn't store super well, though. God, we got fuel next to fabric, next to rock, next to an open flame that's moving out. I'll find a spot for it. We're almost to the next day, anyways. Yeah, open flames do not belong there, and I'm gonna figure out where to put that damn thing. Someplace unimportant. It's not going to burn down everything. You know what? Yeah, it's probably could burn something down here in the wine cellar, but screw it. Looks like it fits in there. Okay, so we're about hitting dawn again. We'll lose the memory site. That's not really a big thing. Oh, good lord, I forgot to order the ham today. I gotta do it first thing. Okay. Give me a second. We're waiting for that. I will go over to the post office, and I will mail this. Hail. That's going to make things a little weird. Alright, we'll give him brown and get some change back. Oh, pause for a moment here. Okay, so let's get that done, and then I will start making plans for save and making plans for the next day. Excellent. Good. Hang on, people.
And we are back, and I, having had a bit of a time to think about it, have now realized that the most powerful item in this game is now a glass of water, and I'm going to prove it to you. But first, let's get started with the day's business, as it were. Now, first of all, I need to rebuild my curious hunch, the 4-point persistent knock memory, which is highly useful as it also has 3 moth and 3 heart. So we'll need to get the 2 usual suspects for knock memories read today. So let's get that knocked out of the way. And I've organized all of my soul fragments for this purpose because, yeah, mildly OCD on this. Though mild OCD is just being organized. Alright, get it open. I'll be careful with the paper now. Alright, let's get this in place to get that one, which will be pattern. And from here, we'll take the low-level Faust and do that one. Now, we need to do Moon's Egg, not just because I love that memory, but because it could be used in multiple ways. You see, this is going to be one of those which way kind of
skill decision trees depending on how some things shake out. I've not even decided which book I'm going to be doing yet. Now, Heal usually is when I start diving into the mid-tier knife edge books, but I have actually another thought for that. Now, I'm going to need that to do so. Now, simultaneously, I'm going to show you about why the cup of water is going to be so powerful. First of all, let's grab the next one to be cataloged. There we go. And let's use metal for it, like per usual. Now, simultaneously, while that's going on, I'm going to run over here and use the health in order to get 6 pence. And I have a plan for this, watch. You'll go over the entire day, but let's get that started so we can test out theory number 1. But, let's see. This is going to be possibly used, we'll see, hang on. Let's let the 30 seconds go by for a moment. We're not going to be unlocking any rooms today. I'm kind of concentrating on the library for the moment. But, yeah. That whole thing with a cup of water on the bed being enough to regen something, and the fact that we have edge for Eva's beautiful bed. We don't have edge. Ooh, I can't use forge for that. Oh, I should have looked that better up. Oh, well, I thought there was edge in her, but that's actually her desk, not her bed. Apparently, she wasn't into edge play. All right, so Song of the Carapace Cross, Mikai Z, some calls the Magus of Quartz, etched this work in acid on stone. It's been reproduced many times in many languages, but the reproductions are often lost to landslides. Yeah, Earth Elementals don't like this sort of stuff, but it's a 16-point moth one, so we're not tackling that one anytime soon. But I honestly had hoped... should have double-checked that, but... Yeah, I could have hoping to use that to... oh, yeah, we can actually. Damn, yes. Doesn't have to match. We have the Restore tab. That... oh, I should have paused it, too. It's going to screw up the timing, but hopefully there's enough time, because we get the 6 pence, grab the health, put it back in... use 2 of those 6 pence, bring us down to 4 in order to get that done. Then we run over here, grab these memories. And this one too. We're all going to have some fun here. First things first, let's get the Curious Hunch up and started. And I have determined the best way to doing that is St. Janus's Shrine, because we grab 2 memories here, which are the few places we can do. We grab the 4-pointer, or preliminal meter. That brings us to 8, and the Shap brings us to, of course, to 10. We get the Curious Hunch without actually spending the resources, just our souls, our regenerable souls. So yeah, suddenly the juice boxes are less useful, but here's where we're really going to have some fun. As you see, I want to try something. Let's put Faust here. Let's put Memory there. Ascendant Harmony goes here. The Hail, which is a 3-point sky one, goes here. And if you're paying attention, that's 11. All we need to do is add 4. Like, say, from us Applebright Euphonies. And we got a new skill. I was wondering about that. Okay, Applebright Euphonies with Keeper level Sky plus Ascendant Harmony. So it only can be done with Ascendant Harmony. So the level 15 ones require a specific item. One specific, very narrow condition. But Evocus Chilly Sky Influence. I don't know what that is, but Dumius is about to be found out. 2 minutes. Wow. Takes a while to compose that one. Meanwhile, we're going to have to read ME again. I can deal with this. Okay, so grab this. Oh, wait a second. Now that I'm not doing any... I've used up the Hail one. I'm going to use this one, the weakest one, the Sun's Lament, which is only a 4-point edge one, which easy enough to do. First volume Meditations by Abbot Thomas of the Abbey of Black Dove. Remember, the Black Dove was founded by the brother-sister lover pair that we found out about in the basement, whose skeleton is locked up in crystal, who formed an abbey devoted to both male, with equal power, male and female energies, equal number of people, in order to be able to bring the energies into balance. And of course, later on, the patriarchy kicked all the women out. But this is the time when Abbot Thomas would have been sharing it with an abbess, I think, because this is the Black Dove era. We're gonna have to get these dates right. Any case, I'm also gonna need 1 moon, because I want to use Edicts and Volatile to bring up Desights and Desires. It's my only strong grail skill. I need that for other things. We need to get this up as quickly as possible. Now, let's see. The easiest way to do that is to breed moon egg again, or to breed moon egg again. We can use this with anything, I think. So, let's see, can we put shore in any of these? Don't think so. Use Eva's desk either way, so it doesn't really matter. I prefer Herb using her stuff, so let's get that in place. That'll do, because we'll need the moon one for this one. Let's go ahead and read it again in the same day. It's Trist will be here. We've got these 3 to spread out and use and other things. Sure, I may use for Gatherer. I'll have to use that relatively soon, though. So the question is, we need wood for the pears. We're low on wood. Let's try another trek across the moors, shall we? Because I just love saying that, because England is the only place you can say that. It doesn't sound pretentious, or as pretentious. Because they're actually moors, and you do walk across them. They're actually quite lovely. Now let's get these books into place. Put these back. Right, we'll have Curious Hunch in a bit, which is good. Also gonna have to regenerate my harmonies, and I'm really looking forward to whatever the hell we're producing with that thing. God, it's gonna be a while too. Alright, so yeah. Things are being accomplished. Slowly but surely. Let's see. We've only got 1 desk going, and how is this doing? Yeah. Whoops. Nursing. Okay. Got to put that back up. But yeah. Yeah, the bed thing is going to be interesting. Because we're going to use metal, then regen it, then use it again. Simultaneously by using the heart twice, and I'll show you what I'm doing with the heart the second time around. It's going to make this a perpetual motion cycle. Oh, I like that. I like to find how to make the system work for me, and not for me to work for the system. And you should always be doing that. Remember, it's not being greedy. It's being... What's the best way of putting this? It's being efficient. Working against systems always takes more... But, do you recall this? The well... You know what the well produces? It produces water. Do you know what you do? You basically toss in the health. That means in 1.5 minutes, I'm going to get a nice 2-glass pitcher of water, which I can use, as I did at the beginning of this, to regenerate the metal. The metal only took 30 seconds to deplete as I was cataloging, so therefore, after 2 minutes... I have also got a book cataloged and the metal regenerated. Now I'm going to regenerate that water and add 1. Alright, so let's get this in place. It all comes down to the math. Alright, so, Desires and Dissolutions, Peaks and Volatile, Goal Fragment, and Memory. Bounding Parallel. I want to get that to level 3 as quickly as possible. I still have 2 soul fragments to use up if necessary. And if not really necessary, I'll just look at things at the end of the day. Alright, so let's get Moon Egg back into its slot. That's not the right room. Alright, this is. Oh wait, this one has to be red. Forgot about that. There's a reason for it too. It one of the few that produces a persistent memory. Once I read it, it sticks. So we might as well read it now. Okay, pause a moment. Okay, let's get the skill back in place. Alright, next. Oh, we got animal bones, which can be useful if I render them into that really awesome for nectar combo, but yep, there you go. Now, why is it important to do that? Because, remember, okay, so I now have a net 4 shillings, and now I have a net 10 shillings. That's right. I just made a profit. A serious profit today. And there's a Curious Hunch. Let's get that into place. Okay, so yeah. A good day. Like I said, we need, let's see, I think this one uses edge. Oh, it uses forge too, so hey, no problem there. Let's get that persistent memory up and running. Okay, tomorrow we gotta replace the adge mill. Yeah, and the bones need to go into the laboratory, which we may actually have a use for a whist now. Wow. Been a while. Winter's one of those ones that you don't, like, cling to, but when you need it, you need it. There you go. Death is always ever present and always patient. It's willing to wait for you to turn your attention to it, or wait until you have no other option but to turn attention to it. Still have one. There we go. Didymos. Didymos? Didymos. No star is permitted upon Earth, but we may cousin to them to dream of us, and in a dream of a star may take a kind of form, which we call Didymos. So basically we have a star spirit's attention. 3 lanterns, 6 sky, and 3... Evolve. I don't know what this means when you evolve them. We have to figure that out. Okay, persistent memory and 3 knock. Jesus, that's powerful. Of course, I'm going to have to wait till I have another 3-pointer like a Gale to pull it off, but Jesus, that is a lot. Oh, wait. I can still use Triss to read a book. I forgot about that, because this one is only 4, and we can get it done fast enough. So what I need to locate... I think this one will do it. This here. Let's get this here. 4-pointer, and sickle is a 4-pointer. Boom. Oh, you've already mastered it. Really? Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that. Ah, well, forgive me. I must have not put it away properly. Oh, well. I kind of messed myself up so we didn't do a book today, but I don't feel super bad, okay? I can live with this. You go here. Yes, you go here. I'll clean this up between episodes. But now we've got a tryst. I don't know what the heck to do with it. Because 6 winter... If I have a winter ink, I can actually even... Actually, I've also read that one already. Oh, I made a mistake. These are all... This is not ones I need to catalog. Oh. Ooh. Well, you know, this is why you impose order on things. Otherwise, stuff like this keeps happening. And oh my god, I have so much organizing to do around here. So I guess today we just kind of discount. Now, somebody asked if I talk to this thing? Suitable sustenance. We've got, like, food. Let's see what we got for extras. Ah, grapes. No? What do you want here? Sustenance, right? Okay, so take out Trist, put in this. Huh, I can't get it to start either. Huh, don't know. I seriously do not know. Yeah, well, that's what mysteries are for, finding out. Yeah, I guess. Something to check out. Let's see. I think I already checked you out. The heck? You know what? I don't know what you are. You're probably completely freaky, but let's investigate you anyways. Well, that's the day. Got a lot done. Still not completely done, though. Still have the well to here, and that's going to give us the water we need. Speaking of which, you should probably recharge the water for this cycle tomorrow, so yeah. Let's serve. Each one is worth 2 glasses, by the way. So, sum total of all of this is that I have, in one day, using 2 soul fragments and this cycle, created 10 shillings, netted 1 glass of water, because we got 2 and we just used up 1, and and cataloged the book. And we can do that every day. Every freaking day now. The person who taught me that trick, thank you, because you have just unlocked my Super San mode when it comes to being the Curia. Okay, a soft melancholy lingers in its single eye. Memory touch. Weird. Not sure what that's... Didn't really learn anything. Yeah, well, I don't think memory touch is going to do that much either. I don't think we can use the bed to save it. Nope. Alright, so it's going to disappear in a little bit. Oh well, I didn't actually think it was a librarian, but you never know. There you go, and there's 6pence. Let's get the money all collected together. Oh yeah, nice. Alright, so yeah. And that's it, the persistent memory. I love that. And an omen. This is so useful. I'll play with it. Tracks a beast in the convolutions of the carapace, and the egg vein, the shell shadow, the many-eyed found the signs of it could be history. Earth signs, auspice, traced from the cloak shape of the earth, precipitally sensitive, interpreted only by the wise. Basically, you can trace it by the mushrooms. In other words, I've spoken before where you can see the patterns of energy within nature by observing this shape of nature. Water being one of the easiest ones. Air is much easier, which is why you can do augurs in the sky. But even the slow growth of plants will follow the energy centers of the world. It's freaking amazing once you realize what geomancy can do. Okay, which is tracing the energy currents of the world. Okay, so let's get this straightened out. And it is evening. I think we can probably just move things along a little quicker. We were just waiting for the day. I think it was a productive day. And we're basically sleeping tonight. Let's see, we're going to have to tomorrow get the Ascended Harmony back up and running because we had expended that. It's also persistent. It's also great. Alright. Okay, so waiting. Rain. So we've got things to do with this. Anyways, so I will catch you on the flip side. Gonna be doing the usual saving, just in case. Okay, and now we're back. Now, as a aside here, a lot of you know that this whole obsession with Alexis Kennedy's intellectual property started with me doing what's called a Tips and Tricks series for Cultist Simulator to help people ease themselves into a very difficult game. But what you did not see was the first 60 hours I played that game with me figuring out how to do all the things I did, tips and tricks. And of course, the lovely community that you are have been sending me other things to help as well, and I've been trying to pass them along too to the greater community out there. But one of the things to consider is you're seeing exactly how this kind of started, as you know, you've watched me trip up a bit. But what happens is that one of the reasons I appreciate the small facts you give me, like the fact that metal cannot be corrupted, so it's the best choice to read a book with. I don't actually go for any predetermined strategy guides or even tables of concordance, like which book does what and what alchemical formulas there are, simply because this is how it happened. Is I just kind of stumble through, find the rhythms that work within Kennedy's games, which are very cyclical, if you've noticed, and then start developing my own strategies. Now, for example, we've kind of got 4 cycles going at this point. Now, the first cycle is a rather simple one. We grab the next book that is to be cataloged, which is going to be this one, the solar one, to get it off my desk. We'll grab a metal, and we'll place that here. Now, that's obviously going to be a 30-second period, which will catalog the book with no danger of polluting the soul fragment. Second, we come across and we throw the health in here to get manual labor for a good 6 pence. Now, we're going to turn around on the second cycle and restore both of these soul fragments for additional work later down the day. The second cycle is determining which book to read today. Now, that's going to be rain, so it's got, for our weather cards, so we've got Grail and Nectar, and we've got a couple of 8-point Grail ones, so this should be relatively easy to do as well. Let's get Intimations of Skin up and going. Now, it's a Grail book, so that kind of, Eva's desk is kind of the one we picked for that one. I know there's a couple others that can do it, but we're reading Grail books with Eva is desk. We're already sleeping in her bed, and let's frank it, the librarian, the Curia is picking up Grail-based attributes as well. I'm getting to think that Eva actually was a priestess or of a Grail that became a Long of a Grail. I don't think she's with the Sisterhood, mind you, but I think the Sisterhood would love to take this facility back, at least secretly, from out underneath the nose of the Suppression Bureau, or the Nocturnal House, as it were, the House Nocturne, or whatever they call themselves, whichever ones were controlling it and making it a prison for all those people who got captured in Cultist Simulator. We'll need, let's see, the problem is we only really have devices and dissolutions. 3 is our big one. In fact, one of the reasons I'm doing this is to bring up desires and dissolutions to 4, so we have a 4-point Grail. Now, the memory, of course, will be rain. That's only 7, and why we've got a pretty good chance of being able to do that straight up by, adding a picture or something, or the chore fragment. We do have a tool that will finish the job and give us that. Now, this, of course, is The intimations of skin, the fiendishly complex, weird, distorted illustrations of Congress and anatomy. Okay, it's essentially, all right. Some of you may have heard of the Kama Sutra, which is supposedly a magic sex book, but it's actually not. It's actually kind of a westernized, corrupted version of a tantric rituals, some of which involve or simulate or close to at positions of sexual congress, where they're actually supposed to be held to increase the amount of energy being pushed through it, but not, shall we say, discharged suddenly. YouTube censors are, of course, making me pick my PG-13 words carefully. My guess is sort of an intimation of that, because the Victorian era, which is where this is from, I believe, it's a, what period book? Yep, Nocturnal, which is a recent one. Nocturnal is basically the Victorian era, which is also the dusk of the British Empire, because World War II came around and just destroyed it. World War II happened while we were doing this, by the way. We didn't even notice. That is how far we are insulated away from reality here. Anyways, let's get this one knocked down. As you can see, we got a whole bunch of recipes to figure out with this one too. But let's get that started. Now, cycle 3. Cycle 3 is going to be kind of the more variable one. I've determined, roughly, that we can get about 3 actions done a day easily. Now, these actions can be 2 major, 1 minor, or 1 major and 2 minor, depending on the needs. Now, I picked the books out for these. The first one we're going to do is, since we chewed up the... Since we chewed up the Ascendant Harmony, creating the didomus here, I gotta look up that word means. We're going to replace it. We're going to need 2 sky books. Both Moon's Egg and Apollo have that accessibility, and we will need this Foss. So we have to be careful which ones we pick. But we're not going to be we're probably going to be, let's see, we're not going to really need the winter one, though we do have the ability to create some more ruins from his animal bones. I checked. I have 6, look at this. I have 6 of these essential parasops, which is essentially the purest form of the remains. There they are. And yeah, it's really great for making stuff, but we've got like 6 of them, so it's not really a priority. Okay, so, and then we'll grab Moon's Egg, place that there, and the cycle continues. Now, for, let's see, Fost, I think we're safe to use that. We'll use it in our favorite spot right here. Fost, and grab Apollo and Marsyas. Okay, so now this one is going to be used to replace the Ajmil. That's our second major cycle today, is to create Ajmil. So we're going to need, obviously, this, and something to read this with. We could grab the other one, but we might need this for something else, actually. So, let's see. Shapt actually isn't doing a lot of work today, so yeah, let's go with Shapt. And I think... No, this one's not Shapt. What about this one? Ah, there we go. The Vagabond Desk will be more than happy to do that for us. And we'll toss that in there. That will be used to create Ajmil. That's our second major cycle for the day. Now, our minor cycle for the day is going to be using one of the Desire and Dissolution, because you can tell... Sorry, subject... No, wait. Not that one. Eva's Desk. I get confused, because I will usually do the reading in the main desk, but Eva's Desk is the backup. We know this is going to be a Desires and Dissolutions, same one as this one, which means it's going to be a Grail or Moon can be used to link together, which means we're probably going to use Tryst, and the skill that this provides, and this one here. Now, this skill it's going to provide is going to be, we don't know which, how do I put this? We don't know which type of memory is going to come out of it. Now, this one up here produces Appetite, which is a Grail-based one, but if the book we're reading produces a Grail one, then what will happen is that it will not produce, as we only have one type of memory each time. So we will not be reading this book immediately. So we're going to hold back for that. And then after all that's done, we'll get to the 4th cycle, which essentially is picking up the remainders. And everything progresses. Okay. Honestly, where is that ham I ordered? I feel like it's more like 4 days than 3 days. Now, Chore, probably we're going to do some gathering here, and we're going to alternate with the woods. So let's have a walk by the sea, shall we? And boom. Have fun. Let's see what we collect today. Now, with Fett, this should be in Cycle 4, and it's going to be. There we go. We have cataloged the secret colors. Black Ellie, disgraced Demonice, matriarch of the Sister of the Triple Knot, wrote this thing by fleeing the agents of the duty. All right, so this one appears to be All right, there was... All right, let me get this catalog first. Now, the thing is, the Sister of the Knot has a renegade faction that believes that the Watchman is the correct power to... I disagree, obviously, as I'm more with the orthodoxy on that one. But the thing is that the duty people are talking about are the assassins who ritually strangle. Now, if you've actually know anything about sensationalism, Orientalism of this era, you know that the Thuggies were supposedly a religious cult of Kali that strangled people so that a drop of blood would not be wasted, as it belongs to the goddess. And this is actually not a thing that happened, by the way. It's basically was creating a bunch of lurid where is it? A bunch of lurid, shall we say, periodicals, penny dreadfuls that were created during that time to make it feel like Indians were these savage people that had to be conquered by the empire for their own good. Propaganda, basically. It said that these crazy cults out there that are devoted to the goddess of death. Kali is a goddess of death, but in a metaphysical sense, in that it's about transformation and also releasing the ego for higher understanding of cosmic experiences. Well, that was a mouthful. Anyways, let's get this is the part of the first cycle where we restore the forge fragment, and we can use it again. And it costs us essentially a thing of water. While that's going on, we have to run over here to our beverage storage facility, and we're going to need to redo this. It's got too many gaps in it. And we're going to, well, is this one yeah, this one's full. So we're going to use serve appropriately, and we're going to replace it. You notice there were two, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, engui that we have there that are also kind of backup. Since they're beverages, I can use them or any form of tea to do the regeneration for that. But water is the easiest one to do. There you go. But we are, however, going to need water to produce the ash meal. So we're going to be using that regenerated, where is it? Right. We're going to be using that regenerated heart soul fragment in order to bring up water from the well. All right, go for it. Again, keeping that system going. Deep breath. Now, one of the things we can consider is we are going to need to use FET to replace one of our... I just noticed we only have one salt sign, and that's actually kind of important right now. We're going to grab FET, and we are... Oops. Again, this is going to have to wait till cycle 4. See, this is the thing. I try to slide it in, but I'm too distracted. We've seen that can become disastrous in the past. Okay, we throw health back in, and we give them... no, we don't do this here. We do it here, just in case. All right, 3 pence. There you go. We're going to spend... So we made 6, we're going to spend 2. The Confounding Parable, which has the Sky element, which is harmony more than anything else. Storm, which is disharmony in many ways. And last but not least, Memory Intuition. All right, so first things first. Let's get to the harp, because that's going to take the longest. This, of course, is our first major action of the day, is that we're going to take the Faust. We're going to take the Storm. We're going to take Confounding Parable. We are going to take Applebright Euphonies. Come on. That's going to replace our Ascendant Harmony. Boom. Like I said, we want to make sure we get that one done first. And second of all, we will go down here. And this is where things get interesting. Because first, I need to empty out my thing here. All right, so let's grab Moon Egg. Apollo. The colored ones the gray ones are not great to put against the window. I'll lose track of them. And Hush House Lectures, which of course apparently I'm writing, because that's what the name of my series. And third Hush House lecture is under production as we speak. So yes, I'm Dr. Aaron Peel, by the way. But yeah, what we need to do is we need to grab that salt sign I was talking about, because I discovered that the goddess statue can quite, logically, this is, of course, a representation of the Red Grail as the Good Mother, can take omens as well as liquids. Then we throw in Trist, we throw in the Intuition, and then we throw in Sea Stories. Boom. No having to create a long chain of feeding an egg to a salamander, feeding turnips to the chicken, because that actually takes 3 soul fragments. This was only going to take 1. All hail the Great Mother. She doth provide. I didn't break this up, by the way, because the Isle water pitchers only hold 2. So once you have the first one poured out, you can just use the pitcher for the second one. Saves you 3 seconds of effort there. So that's the Ajamil. So those are the two major ones, with the third one waiting with Kittredge. Now, again, cycle 4 is going to be us replacing that salt sign we just used, because you notice we have none in reserve now. So let's grab St. Januarius, which has become my favorite shrine of the light, which is actually a liminal god, which means it's a god of balance, not light, which is probably one of my favorites. Anyways, grab Fet, grab, where is it? Which it's moved around a bit when I... one of these has the... Which one is it that has the... Oh, right, Pearl. Yep, Pearl and Tide. Belt sign. That'll replace it, and it's pretty damn easy. So, yeah, that's cycle 4. Basically, we pick up with everything that we have, and we see what else we can do with the remaining fragments. We have both a metal and a tryst remaining. We'll have the forge and the heart back later as well. That gives us 4 to start with. Now, the tryst is going to be needed to do for the joining together, and we're going to need to read this book or another book if this happens to be the same one, the same skill as produced by the Victorian erotic porn. I have theories about Alexis Kennedy. I don't know if I'll speak about them later. I've kind of mentioned them over in it's on the sea at the moment. Anyways, what do we got? Mauster illuminates the evolutions of the names of the Grail, which are the demigod, which are the no, not the demi, those are the long. These are actually the minor goddesses of desire. Back up in that temple over in the Peacock door, back in Cultist Simulator, with unfortunate clarity. It seems a lovely who consumes an ivory becomes an ivory. Basically, this is a rank. So basically, you go up the ranks by eating your person above us. It's like even worse than Klingons. They just kill you. You have to kill and eat your person to get a. You're wondering why people quit? A lovely who consumes a thirstly becomes a thirstly. A lovely who consumes the name of another hour might take its place. Like, remember the name of the Grail you summon in Cultist Simulator is called the Second Thirsty, which means that he ate the first one. Right. Okay. So, any case, that's lovely. We have a contraband flotsam. Ooh. Might want to take that, we've got to keep this one. We could use the metal here in order to try to open this one. So let's get this cracked open. And this is cycle 4, miscellanea, as I like to call it. Boom. Let's see what we got. We're gonna have that other forge fragment back quickly, as well as the heart fragment. There you go. All right. In the penultimate illustration, a lovely grasples the fungoid knot that can be the name of the crown growth. Crown growth. That's an hour you're not going to hear about except in the website. You got to understand that Alexis Kennedy has an ARG called the Enigma, which has had 22 different cycles, which have had obscure stories and hidden code on his own website. So if you're really interested, there's a link. Let me know in the comments. I'll post a link next episode to it, to sort of summary of it. It's still going to be kind of hard to move along with, but I saw parts of it. Now, the crown growth in that one, it's revealed to be an abomination, a god from nowhere that is a fungus that consumes all the living dead who don't make it to the underworld. Yeah, I told you about fungus was fucking hardcore. It's the first and oldest psychopomp in which it devours everything that is not eaten by something else. This is why you have scavengers, because otherwise fungus would just keep eating all the dead things until nothing but fungus could the entire world. And I'm a biologist, and I am not pulling this from my ass. You are covered in spores of fungus. You are always covered in spores and fungus, and they will consume you if you die and are not eaten. You end up in a sealed room somewhere, they'll just eat you. They don't care. But the trick about that, and it's lovely, if you've ever seen, there's this lovely Garth Ennis graphic novel series that nobody knows about called Planetary, which covers a lot of esoteric and Jungian concepts within a superhero, not parody, but commentary. There's obvious examples of other characters, but this is like, what if, for example, the Fantastic Four was evil? Those are the bad guys. And they're actually kind of interesting. But it goes over a lot of esoterica and advanced physics concepts. With it, it's a very intelligent series. But episode 21, issue 21, covers, which, if you know the tarot, is kind of an important number, covers the fact that by absorbing all of this stuff, the goddess of fungus, if you want to call it a goddess, the crown growth here, absorbs all the information within them. So when you're smoking or taking a fungoid or similar type of plant-based hallucinogenic or otherwise reactive substance, psychoreactive substance, you are tapping into that collection of information of all the people who have been consumed by fungus.
that's where all the information comes from.
You're welcome. Anyways, the Lovely's Mouth and other portals, because, yeah, it's an abomination, not a pretty girl. The pretty girls you see are the Longs, which are the demigoddesses that were priorly that still retain their humanity to some degree. So I've compared them to vampires as being creatures of desire that look like humans who do not have human motivations. The growth name is already partially engulfed, but it seems that the Mulsker couldn't bring himself to illustrate the results in the final results. Yeah, there's a limit to everybody. Scrawling, bloating, up so many gods. All right, Beguiling Melody, and yep, that's what we need. So Beguiling Melody means that we're fine there. This, yep, has moon, so we can use this one. Right, no, hang on. We have to wait till one of the other two regenerate in order to be able to get there. All right, so metal. Boom. So we're going to take this metal. We're going to take, I think, does this one have forge? Yep. Going to take this metal. We're going to use it to read this to get the second skill we're going to need in condition to Beguiling Melody, which is good. I think we have Beguiling Melody, some of their skeleton songs already. So we're going to start this one to get the other skill to do this out. Oops, salt sign, replaced it. And our health is up. Now, since we don't have any water left in reserve to replace what we've used today, we're going to have to use the health with the well in order to, that's finishing cycle 1. You always want to finish your cycles. To drop water, and we'll have plenty of time to do otherwise, and we're simply waiting in the tryst to get the skill we require. Also, we're waiting on whatever the heck this package turns out to be. Kind of a random draw thing, but we all liked it. We all like these challenges sometimes to see what we're going to be, what we're going to get. But yeah. And then that'll be our minor one. And notice how much we got accomplished till before afternoon, before 2 o'clock in the morning. We're having high tea. Now, somebody pointed out, I'm not actually doing this all in one day. I can't read multiple books simultaneously. But it's kind of a week or so combination. It's really not bad efficiency. You don't want to get super duper efficient. You'll drive yourself mad. But it's good to get things done. All right. Ascended Harmony is now online again. In fact, yeah, let's switch this and that. Boom. So, and ash meal. There you go. Okay, let's get the products back to where they need to be, which is using the same tower over here, which is highly efficient. We'll need to get a second ash meal as we've now invoked the rule 2. I'd like to have 2 of every particular type of item. No, that's a little freaky, but okay. And we'll place this one here. We'll need to get a second salt sign for a minor task tomorrow. And we'll take the book, the Grail one, and see, slot it in. I think it goes about here. Nope, goes about here. Hang on. No, it's actually the most advanced one we've done so far. But next time we do a Grail one, we're going to need to expand it. Yeah, we need to clear these shells badly. Anyways. Slim parcel. Great. So we got to use 2 soul fragments for this. I feel so. Anyways. Is it worth 2 pence to get this done now? It might be, actually. Alright. We're actually going to only get 2 pence out of this one because I used the, I could have used the metal in order to get 6 here. That's the default. But instead, we're going to move forward. But yeah, we can probably spare 2 pence in order to get this thing done. Cycle 4 is the one that takes the most time. But yeah, satisfaction. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to grab Desires and Dissolutions, place that here, put the lesson in place, both of these, and then Tryst. It's a moon one as well. And in 30 seconds, we'll have that level 3, and we have our first level 4 Grail thing. Isn't that great? Anyways, let's get the Kitling stuff back to over here. Put it, since it's colorful, we can put it there. And that is that. Basically, we're just waiting on both the skill upgrade, and then we're going to be going to the package, and then we're going to be calling it a night. Oh yeah, we got to wait till the well's completed as well, so we can get the water in place. It's been a good day. Boom. And to get that water back in place for tomorrow. I think we actually have to serve some. Did we have an extra one? Alright, hang on. Now we're in a hurry for that. Level 3 on there, and yeah, but this rate we'll be doing a book a day. We'll have to, of course, keep up with the
skills that we're creating. Now, let's see. Brain fart there for a second. All right. Oh, right. Yep, we do have a water here, so we don't have to pour any. And like I said, we've got the, as a reserve, because these are considered beverages, the ink renew, but, you know, since we've got more powerful versions of liquid, it's disposable. And after that, we've got so much of the, second flush, Assam. I'm not really sure. I drink something called flush for tea, but it's a beverage. It'll do the job. All right, so let's get that knocked out. Oops, nope, one last thing. I mean, yeah, we're waiting on the, we are waiting on our regenerating forge here. When that is done, we will go through this box, and that will be it for the day. Now, of course, we can save a memory for a day, but again, all of our memories are, right now, are persistent. We've got no problems there. Not going to freeze as we're doing this. We're just waiting for time to pass. There's dusk. After this, we'll have a good night's sleep, and then we got to plan what we're doing tomorrow. I mean, it'll depend a lot on the weather. Yeah, but as you can see, and we just toss in one more of these books. So let's toss this one up here. Okay, because I know we've only got heavy ones left. And the lamp makes this one a little rough. But yeah, I don't think we have enough room in here for this. Right, we're going to have to basically... Which one are we going to be doing here? This one will be, I think, the weakest at... Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. 14. Well, is this 14? Yep, that's 14. Okay, so we'll grab this. Put it into place. Into level 14. Boom. There you go. And we're going to slowly but surely get all of these, get these into here, get those into there, get those into the usual spots. All right, so what do we got? We have Ruby Rise Ruin. I can actually make this stuff. I'm not going to bitch about it. It's going to save me a flower and a soul fragment. Anyways, we know we have one in reserve here. And I honestly think we need to think about completely redoing this, because I've got a lot of wines that need to be added up here, and it will take some time to do off camera, and we'll get to it. But in the meantime, we'll put the Ruby Ruin over here as second backup. And I have a thought of what to do with it, by the way. I'll get to you possibly, depending on what we have for weather tomorrow and how much I have to devote to that. And weather is coming. Excuse me. There we are. It's now daybreak. Everything regens. And our weather card is... Storm. Ooh. I have plots. I have plans. And we're going to have a visitor. Or a new scenario. I think we're actually short on the scenario. Anyways. This is where we part ways temporarily, and I begin planning for the day. I will see you on the other side. Hang on. Okay, so I just went back and checked the total amount I've been recording, and yeah, I think we've got more than enough for an episode here. So this is Fantastic Worlds. Your Curia telling you that visiting hours at Hush House are now closed. We thank you for stopping by at Book of Hours Lovecraft Country. Hope to see you again. In the meantime, like, share, subscribe, and... well, if you want to check out the other Alexis Kennedy episodes I've been doing, other Alexis Kennedy intellectual property cinematic universe episodes I've been doing, check out Sunless Sea over on the Wednesday episodes. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Bye. I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of Content and Data.